Recording in progress.
Welcome, everyone, to the It's a Wrap with Rap podcast sponsor spotlight. Sandy Grippo, one of our podcast sponsors and supporters, represents Switch to the Box, an online shopping club featuring over 400 products made in the United States that are safe, free of harmful chemicals and toxins. The products are effective, competitively priced, backed by outstanding customer service, patriot-driven, and the manufacturer is family-owned. She is here to tell us all about this exciting shopping program, Switch to the Box. Welcome, Sandy, to Sponsor Spotlight.
Thank you so much, Ron. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you.
Thank
Tell
you.
us, Sandy, how did you originally get involved with Switch to the Box?
Well, that goes back about 15 years ago. My family's been shopping here for that long. So 15 years ago, I was recovering from a collapsed lung. It was my second round of having that, of that happening. And out of the blue, I got a phone call from a gentleman from Princeton, New Jersey, and he asked me if I'd be interested in just partnering with him and hearing a little bit about his business. At the time, Ron, I was not even looking or interested in anything additional on my plate. My husband and I have 4 children, and we were in a lot of different directions. But he started talking about eco-friendly, safer, non-toxic. And at the time, we were looking, because of my condition, we were looking for something that was safer and better. So I invited him over to show us what he was talking about. And my husband and I sat there that night in awe. We were in awe of, why haven't we heard about this? This is an amazing store. Everybody needs to know about this. This is awesome. And so we just started shopping here, got a getting started pack. And amazing differences happened within my family, health-wise. And we just started sharing the store. It just came from the heart, truly.
Wow. And did you notice a difference in your health after you've been using this? Using these
Oh,
products?
1000%, absolutely. So like I said, I was the first time my lung collapsed, I was in the bathroom using bleach.
Right.
And so, then I went to the ER, they said my lung collapsed. I healed, a year later, it happened again using bleach. And that's when the bells and whistles went off. So taking all those toxins out of our home, it made an incredible difference. I was able to breathe. I actually took up running
Wow.
shortly after that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I just felt like I felt so much better. My older son came off of inhalers. He had asthma and allergies, came off of his inhaler about 2 months into it. My husband had great results with his blood work, no more hypertension, things like that. We don't make claims that happens, but that was his experience. Headaches. My daughter used to get headaches quite often, and those disappeared. So we realized taking the toxins out made a huge, huge difference.
Oh, absolutely. Sandy, can you tell us the categories of the products that are available? And I understand there is a line for infants and children, and the products are pet friendly as well.
Oh, they are pet friendly, thank goodness, because my dog is my 5th baby. But the entire store, it's an entire store, Ron, and it has many, many shopping aisles. So some of their shopping aisles that are cleaning and laundry, right? Cleaning and laundry, skin care, hair care, beauty care, the makeup, children's and infants. I love that line. It's pediatrician tested, dermatology tested, and safe. So let's see, essential oils that are pure, extracted directly from the botanical traceable source at a better price point than competitors. Personal care products that truly do make a difference, and you're not using all the parabens and toxins on your body. And I think my favorite is their nutritional and supplement line. Their nutritional and supplement line You know, whether you work out or you don't, they've got great nutritions in there as far as plant-based proteins and things like that. But their supplement line is actually my favorite. It is backed by 4 clinical human studies, proven to reduce inflammation by over 22%, reduce free radicals, comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. And it's just very different. There's no synthetics in their supplement, which is a big, big deal. They're proven to absorb into the cellular level of your body like plant food. So that's one of my favorites.
That's awesome. Can you tell us about the effectiveness of the products compared to the national brands offered and the comparison regarding safety of the products?
So the safety of the products is truly what attracted me. We noticed, like I mentioned, we noticed that immediately that there were differences in our health. So I will tell you, because I was born and raised on national brand products, right? And my
Right.
parents always used them. I was skeptical. So I was very, very skeptical. But as soon as we started using them, I went, wow, these actually work better. So as far as their effectiveness, my goodness, they have a product that will take old pet stains out of carpet. They have a product that will take permanent Sharpie marker out of any surface. Naturally, you know, just where you're not choking and coughing because of the chemicals. There's no chemicals whatsoever.
You don't have to put a
And
mask on.
no, exactly. You can breathe. And you know, to that point, there's no safety caps required on their brand. So the fact that there's no safety caps, and if a child was to ingest them, they'd probably burp bubbles for a day, and that's about it. They wouldn't need to be rushed to a hospital or doctor or anything like that. So they are extremely effective and very safe, very, very safe.
So we don't have that skull and crossbones on the bottle, and that we have to call that 800 poison control number. That's great.
Yeah, and you know, poison control, just a little side note,
Yeah.
during COVID, poison control phone calls went up over 100%. So, you know, think about that. Like, you know, everybody was closed into their house, right? Everybody was closed in and using like all those products that they thought, you know, okay, these are better, these are safer. And yeah, poison control was working around the clock, unfortunately.
Let's talk about the cost of the products as compared to the other commercial brands out there. Is there a cost savings with these products? And can you give us a few examples?
Oh, sure. Yeah, so very important that this brand is basically for families on a budget. This is just because they're better, they're not more costly, which is a beautiful thing. So just to give you an example, so they have a bathroom cleaner, which of course is one of my favorites because that's what caused my issue, right? So
Right.
their bathroom cleaner is pure citric acid, or has the citric acid of 20 lemons in it. And I could put it right up to my nose and breathe it in. It's pure concentrate, so it mixes up to 6 full-size bottles. So now you're paying about $1 and change for a bottle of cleaner that will make your bathroom sparkle and shine like a diamond. And that's how their brand is. That very concentrated, and like I said, it's definitely designed for families on a budget.
Can you tell us how the products are tested for safety?
Oh, sure. So there are 3 very high standards when developing a product. So the 3 high standards are: it has to be non-toxic, it has to outperform competitors, and competitors, meaning competitors are the brands that everyone is so familiar with from the grocery store, right?
Right.
Those are the competitors. And then also it has to be competitively priced. So the thing is, they don't just think of a product and throw it out there. I want you to think, I'm going to go back again, almost 4 years ago when everybody was dealing with with the world situation. And think about how many sanitizers were launched, how many disinfectants were launched during that year. They were literally like, companies just went, okay, we need this, and they threw it out there. You will never see us just think of a product and throw it out there. It takes years and years of testing. I think it took them about 6 years to design and develop a toilet bowl cleaner that just blew the competitors out of the water. Their collagen, another one. We were all screaming for collagen, but they didn't just throw it out there. They go through rigorous third-party testing. And another point is, Ron, they've never paid a penny in any type of lawsuit whatsoever. Safety is their priority.
Sounds great. Can you give us some examples of smarter choice ingredients used in the products?
Oh yeah, sure. So they are all plant-based and biodegradable. Okay, so let's talk about, oh gosh, their disinfectant. Okay, thyme oil and citric acid are their main ingredients, and that one product is powerful enough to be used in a hospital setting. It's actually EPA regulated, EPA approved, and has an EPA regulation number. I actually have daycares in the area here that have switched out their bleach products to use a product like that. So so that's one example. And tea tree oil. Tea tree oil is the strongest antiseptic you could find on the planet. It's an antifungal. So you'll find that in many of the products as well.
Now, how are the products in regard to being eco-friendly, and what method does the manufacturer use to make the products affordable and save plastic and the environment?
Mm. Okay, that's a great question. And that is their heart. Quite honestly, that is their heart. I will tell you that they're light years ahead of their competitors. So, and what I mean by that is, so the competitors, again, the big brands that many people are familiar with, their wheelhouse is using water and fillers and cheaper synthetic ingredients in those products. That's their wheelhouse. Once they started that way, they can't switch over, right? They can't just say, okay, we're going to use a better ingredient and double the pricing, because they use so much of their profits for advertising, and that's all in their budgets. Right here, our wheelhouse from the very beginning is safety and affordability. And that's been their priority from the beginning. So so that's their wheelhouse. As far as like the environment, my goodness, they've been around for 38 years. Since 1985, they have saved over 290 million pounds of plastic.
Wow.
And over a billion emissions. That's a big deal. That's a
Yeah,
really big deal.
absolutely. Now, for the ladies out there, tell us about your cosmetic line and the advantages of using them.
Ah, okay. So their beauty line is dangerous, Ron. It is absolutely dangerous. And what I mean in that fashion is you'll want everything. There is so much goodness there. I will tell you that that what's really exciting is we use European standards. So for anybody out there that doesn't know what European standards are, Europe has a whole different guideline that they use when developing their brand. There's over 1,500 ingredients that are banned in the European brands. Here in the States, there's a handful banned. So that's a little concerning and really scary. So here, our brand is gluten-free, paraben-free, cruelty-free. I love it all. I will tell you, my absolute favorite is their microbiome peptide boost. And it's great for men or women. Men should use it too. It's youthfulness for your skin. They use buctual plant, which is an alternative to retinol, and it comes from a plant. And that is, like I said, that really it turns the clock backwards. It's amazing, and it's so affordable.
Wow, that
Yeah.
sounds great. Now there is also, I think they just came out with Riverbend Ranch beef available. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So it's amazing and it tastes phenomenal. I hosted Christmas for the first time in a long time, and we had I served filet mignon. It was absolutely incredible. Everybody was licking the plates and asking, is there enough to take home? So yeah, so the Riverbend Ranch is absolutely incredible. So basically, just a little education. So store-bought beef has growth hormones, antibiotics, synthetics in them. There is actually a growth hormone synthetic called Zeranol, and it's banned in New Zealand, Australia, and all of Europe. Okay. However, it is not banned in the US. So all the US beef manufacturers, most of them use Zeranol in their beef or cattle. And so, as the saying goes, you are what you eat, right?
Yeah.
And there are a lot there's a lot of talk out there and a lot of concerns about children just developing a lot sooner in life. And so you kind of got to go back, and see what the story is, and trace it.
Mm.
Here, what they provide is superior quality, unbeatable value. It ships free in freezer packs. I just got my shipment yesterday. Came as they were like bricks. They were still so cold. But the best part is it's never, ever, ever any hormones, antibiotics. The cattle are raised all grass fed. The cattle are raised on mountain pastures that span states long. And I love that they keep the babies with the moms, when the babies are born, until they independently go off on their own. It's a whole different experience. And it's absolutely incredible. It's delicious. And it
You know,
gives you peace of mind.
I always notice, Sandy, whenever I travel to Europe, I feel so much better because it just seems the food, I don't get, any GI upsets. I know they've banned so much over there that they just let pass here in the United States. And
Absolutely.
for
It's so
anybody
true.
who's been to Europe knows that you start eating that food and you feel so much better.
Oh, absolutely. And not only is it the food, but it's all their products. Like the top two laundry detergents here in the US are banned in Europe,
Wow.
because of, all the different synthetics in them and the
Yeah.
agents
A
and
lot of
things.
skin sensitivity and that kind of thing. How does one become a member of Switch to the Box?
Oh, so easy. So we're going to provide a link, right? And
Yeah.
really, that's all they need to do is kind of follow that along and just put in their information. I will tell you that every shopper here has been referred by another. Okay, so you do have to be referred by a shopper. You can't just, you can't just say, hey, I want to do that. I want to shop here. So, and if you don't have, again, go to Switch to the Box and we'll guide you. But that's how one would become a member. It's really simple too. Like once you do that, we'll reach out and we take you on a virtual tour of the store. It's actually an education. You'll see the entire store, all the shopping aisles, and learn a little bit too. And then from there, we just send you a link to the main shopping site, and you can go in there and shop for your necessities.
Okay. Now that link, everybody, is www.switchtothebox.com/Sandy. They can use that link and they're on their way.
Mhm.
Okay. And we'll have that link in the show notes. Now, I
Awesome.
understand there's a referral fee that members can earn. Can you tell us how that works?
Oh, sure, absolutely. Well, I fell in love with this part of what, what we started here 15 years ago. Today, my life is unrecognizable from what it was 15 years ago. And that's because, when I realized, wow, these are working incredible. Like, why don't more people know about this? It just was a natural process. It came from the heart. I wanted the people that I know, love, and care about to be using this brand because I knew it would be so much better for them for what they were running to the store and buying. So again, it was just a natural process. And when I learned, wait a minute, I don't have to sell the products. I'm not allowed to anyway. I don't have to be a distributor. I don't have to buy into it. Nothing like that at all. It was really a whole different concept. Um, and I will tell you that, that it was a brilliant business concept in my mind. And all you do is, you share it and you receive thank you checks. It does create a very serious ongoing monthly repeat income. And that's been a tremendous blessing for my family.
Now, is there a guarantee that comes with these products? And are there any risks, hidden fees, or penalties to joining? And what is the cancellation policy?
Okay, so there is a guarantee, and it is a 90-day money back empty box guarantee. So, you don't have to worry. You can just try it, and if you love it, great. And if you don't, that's fine too. But everybody falls in love, obviously. There's no hidden fees or penalties whatsoever. It is what we tell you it is. You basically open up your shopping site, start shopping, and you will fall in love like so many other millions. We have millions of shoppers here. Um, the cancellation policy is easy peasy. And I will tell you, through the years, they truly listen to their shoppers, and they've made it a more simple process for them where they can just do it right online. So yeah, there's no fees to canceling or anything like that. If somebody wants to stop, they stop, period. The the main thing is, Ron, nobody gets hurt here. Nobody gets hurt. And that's the main thing.
Okay, and if someone has questions, who can they contact?
Oh, me, of course. So
Okay,
they can absolutely send me an email to my last name, Grippo, Grippo, Sandy, Sandy at AOL.com. I am an AOL girl still. And or they can just go to switchtothebox.com/Sandy, and I'll meet them there and connect.
okay, great. I want to thank you, Sandy, for being on Sponsor Spotlight and explaining to us how this great program works. I'm sure many in our audience will surely be checking this out. And I want to thank everybody for listening. And remember that the link for all the details is switchtothebox.com/Sandy. And once again, Sandy, I want to thank you for being on and telling us about this and being one of our sponsors and supporters of the podcast.
Oh, well, from the bottom of my heart, Ron, thank you so much for allowing me to share. It was an absolute pleasure to be here.
Oh,
And
great.
yeah,
Thank you so much.
thank you.